So what's the main difference between like Credit Karma and Experian? Like why are those numbers exactly different? Like I know Experian has the FICO, but
Right.
like how come people actually look at the number on Credit Karma and think it's something good when it's not?
Yeah. Yeah. So the thing is, like, Credit Karma shows something called a Vantage score. So that's not the score. That's still a score. It's a real score. It's a Vantage score, but that's not the score that the most lenders are looking at. I have bumped into a couple lenders. They told me, like, hey, we pull TransUnion Vantage score. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So, it's still a score, but it's not the score that most lenders, they pull for FICO 8 or FICO 9.
Yeah.
And that's what Experian shows is the FICO, right? So that's really the only difference is, an Experian is going to show your Experian, unless you're paying for the membership for Experian, then it'll show all three. But yeah, that's really the only difference. Credit Karma, and I like both apps. Like I use Credit Karma for just because it still shows you if you got inquiries, you got this, you got this, and it updates every day. So it's still cool. It's just, one thing that I always tell everybody all the time is, like, don't get too caught up in the score. It's because it's always all about the profile. Like, and I've told people that multiple times. They'll still be like, man, why is my score? I'm like, look, or they get collections removed. Okay, you just got a $12,000 collection removed, and your score went up 2 points. And they're like, what happened? I'm like, well, that's not what really, like, it's hurting you, but that's not what's making your score really. There's still tons of other things that we got to do to, like, build you up, right? So I always tell people, like, that's the number one thing, is making sure the personal profile, the whole profile is good. Because once that's good, it don't really matter what. I've seen people literally walk into banks with a 680 and get approved, and people walk into banks with a 770 and get denied. You know what I'm saying?
And so how true is the statement that if you wait 7 years, something fall off your credit report or something like that?
Honestly, it's a hit or a miss. Yeah, it's a hit or a miss, because I see stuff all the time on people's profiles that's over 7 years old. But also people will be like, oh, this fell off after this amount of time. Actually, something fell off of my profile too, back before, that.
And when it falls off, it's just gone.
It was gone. Yeah, like, I don't know where it went. It ain't on my credit report. It ain't stopping me from getting 100K.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the beautiful thing, right? Is once I started to learn the information, like, I first heard it, I'm like, hold on, you mean to tell me that you're literally using your personal credit profile and going to get business credit, and you running it up like this just simply by knowing what banks pull from TransUnion, what banks pull from Experian, and what banks pull from Equifax? You having the proper data points for these different banks, right? As far as, like, what you're putting on the applications, and then you just running it through, and then you getting inquiries removed and running it again.